Welcome to Big Blues Explorations. Today we're going to be looking at a trip that I made to Sölden back in December 2024, the 14th to be precise. When I was there, the conditions were pretty good, with 50 centimetres near the bottom and around about 100 or more at the top, meaning that 111 of the 150 kilometres were open. The day that I was there was quite cloudy and overcast, but became brighter throughout the day. Sölden is made up of two glaciers. They're Rentenbach and Tiefenbach glacier. Sölden is about an hour and a half from the Ottstal train station, a bus, and can be reached from Innsbruck in an hour or so. The Ottstal train station also has excellent connections onwards to Zurich and in the other direction Innsbruck and Graz. When I was skiing at Sölden, 111 of the 150 so kilometres were open. Some of the runs that were open were questionable, especially as they were very icy and more akin to race skiing than for the majority of skiers. There were many runs that were very nice, were wide, which makes it one of the top 10 longest runs in the world. Due to the location, Sölden's snow quality is good and is nice and crisp rather than being open to lots of sun, which means that early skiing can be excellent, and the season does last well into April. Especially with the glacier, in 2024, they were skiing from August, September onwards, and could have been open all year as they had 1 metre of snow at the top over the summer, but for infrastructure development and maintenance, they didn't. The problem with Sölden is that the accommodation is expensive, focusing on higher end with limited lower end accommodation, which means that when it comes to the score for Sölden, it has to be about 7.9 rather than being up there with the Kitzbühels or Zermatt. Another reason for this is that it is slightly tricky to get to Sölden by public transport, as it does take a number of hours. The skiing itself in Sölden was very good, with lots of variety, as you'll see in the videos. And at that time, it did feel a bit busy, but only on certain runs, and well worth a visit. But definitely your ability level needs to be higher intermediate and above, as even the runs that are meant to be easier, especially on the bottom sections heading into the village, get icy and require. Sölden sits at 1,340 metres, with the top elevation Wildspitz at 3,768 so metres, with the top skiing at 3,340 metres, giving around 2,000 metres of elevation. This means that the top section, more than half, is very exposed and is liable for closure, as it was the day I was there. The Elements experience was open on the Rentenbach Glacier as mentioned, but the skiing wasn't. On the Tiefenbach Glacier, it was really, really cold at the top elevation of 3,000 metres, and it felt like minus 15 or 20 with wind chill. You had your hands out for just a few seconds and they were starting to feel cold. The skiing quality, because of how cold it was really good, but lower down as the day went on was getting skied out. There were sections that were icy, as mentioned, that should have been marked better, but towards the end of the day, getting down to the village, only due to the narrow slopes at the bottom and how busy they would get throughout the end of the day, recommending that, as mentioned, beginner and intermediate skiers should think about taking the bubble car down, especially if they were in a larger group, which may have varying difficulties or pace. Thank you very much for watching this week's video of Sölden, and have a happy new year. Join me in the coming weeks for a trip to Wengen, Grunwald and Mürren, as well as the trip to Japan, and in the next month or so, the trip the US and Canada. Please like and subscribe to the video and stay tuned for next week's installments. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching.